is not balanced. The deck is not balanced enough to give me a good cut on this. So we use the walk behind, keeping the four wheels on the ground and everything, bag it up. It's good grass. I don't know where I'm gonna put the grass. It was probably in some of those tarps. We'll put the grass in the tarps, but all the other debris we're gonna load into the back of the box truck. We're gonna be stuffing into the back of the box truck. So we gotta cut the grass. I'm gonna let her video me doing my little edge thing. But check this out right here. That tree right there needs to be lifted up. X amount of branches and stuff. I mean, Quinn, where are
I
you?
got you. Yeah.
You see that tree?
You want me to try and show Draven that a little bit? Maybe?
You gotta show him that, right? So that get lifted up. This one get cleaned up. Not real high, but this one right here gets lifted up, right? No trees should be touching each other.
Yeah.
They should all be individual. But you don't want to cut it way back over here and everything, man. You want to lop it like right in here and stuff. Take a little bit off this side and take a little bit off of this side and open that one up, right? And then we're gonna lop the bottom. We're gonna lift that up. These, even though these are two of the same trees and everything, since they're not making a hedge, we're gonna cut a little bit. We're gonna open it up just a little bit. We don't want it real wide open, but open it up. Same thing with this right here. Lift it up, right? Lift it up. This right here can go. Yeah, all this can go, and that grass can come up out of the lithodoria, and all those little remnants from this, that can go. The lithodoria is fine. I'm gonna put an edge on this. This right here, that rock, that's a decorative rock. It's supposed to be exposed. It's not supposed to be covered. So you gotta cut low here, cut this off a little bit, lift it up.
Are we touching the trees down there?
You can touch those too, man, just to keep the job going.
Keep it going.
Keep all of that. But this right here needs to be shaped. Because this whole line, this part right here need to be square. Straight edge and stuff. So all of this got to get cut back and lift it up. And it's coming way over here onto her place, so you got to do that.
We're going this way.
This got to be shaped. All these weeds got to come out. You can have him take the pitchfork and refresh that. Turn all that over and everything. Refresh that. First, rake it out. Shape this, rake it out, and then pitchfork the grass. And the thicker you put it on, the more weed control it is. Hold the weed eater right here because the rocks kick to the left. So like if you were standing right here weed eating and everything, woo, pow, you gonna hit that. So you want to be standing right here, and the rock shoot this way and everything. The rock shoot this way. And then lightly do it right here and everything away from that window because you'll bust that. In my career, man, I probably done bust about 15 windows, man. Straight up. I'm telling you the truth, nigga.
You ever lied to someone about it?
I didn't lie to them, but they didn't. I went and knocked on the door. They didn't open the door. So I wrote a note and left a note on the car. And they never called me. And when I came back and did that job, the lady job again, next year. Okay. So you want this in the ground, and you can take them somewhere to your house right now and plant them, and next year they're gonna come back and they're gonna look like this with flower. But this is a lively plant. See all those roots, man? Only thing it's gonna do is keep going and pop up here, and keep going and pop up there, and pop up there, and pop up there. It's gonna pop up everywhere, these runner roots. But this is a nice plant. This is a nice plant. We're gonna put that back in the ground for them. But you can take something like this, just cut it off down here. Cut it off down here, like you were doing over there. You were just chopping them right here. You did get some roots, but for the most part, it's gonna come back next year, and that's what you want. So that's cool. The weeds get plucked. This here stays. This could stay. That's a weed. That shit could go. Hey, over here, man, the sky is the limit. Only thing to stand over here are these plants. I don't know what they're called. That fern could get cut down because it's straggling anyway. They're gonna come back. All of this stuff right here could get scalped. This is just moss. If you take the steel rake, Draven, you listening?
Yeah.
If you take the steel rake, man, all this shit right here is gonna come up. It's nothing. It's trash. It's moss. It's a fungus. These right here, you know about these, right? Yeah, they could go. That stays, that stays. So all of this moss, all of these weeds that are in here, you just take your blower, watch her, baby, and blow all this out. I don't know when the last time they ever cleaned this out.
It's been like 3 years since I seen it.
Yeah, and the guy who has been working has just been working, but all this should be black. It should be black like that. This whole area should be black like that. All in the plants, it all should be black. All these weeds, these leaves right here, that's a whole bed of leaves. All that's got to come out. Here goes something for you, Ray or Quinn. One of you. This is a nice hedge, but it needs to be lifted up.
Yeah, I got you.
And with the lockers, get the lockers, man. You got to lock way down in here. You got to lock that. And lift it up to about right there and everything, all the way around. Get it up off the ground. Shape it. We got more mowing here. These ferns need to be balled off. Now check this out. This is the reason why you cut ferns. You got to cut these ferns before it start to unfurl like this. See, the new ferns already coming up. That shit already been cut down low. So now what you do when you cut it now, you go cut off a lot of the new growth.
Unless you're really careful. So
well, okay,
I
all
will
right,
do.
all right. So
I will do
basically,
it.
what she's saying is take the little snippers and cut above the new furrows. Don't do what I would do and just butcher it and everything and let it take another year to do.
Well, you could take the top and then by hand go around the furrows, please, or leave it for me because these are too nice. They're too signature.
I don't know about all that. We gonna get on it today when I come back, or we gotta do something different. Sorry about that, man. This right here, man, this got a whole lot going on. These plants right here, a lot of these you could take off. But ideally, once the plants start doing this, man, it's time to clip it. Once they start drooping over, you want them to go up like this. So all this shit on the back wall. Same thing here. This rhododendron, we would just let this stay a hedge, and we'd just bottom it out. Don't even touch all that. Maybe blow we could blow this shit we don't necessarily have to rake it all up, or rake it up, stay busy. This job is enough to stay busy on. One ball, another ball there, and another little ball here, make that go around, cut this back. All this, so this be exposed. All of this be walled off, because you see, you got this little brick wall right here, you can't even see it. Well, that's wood, but still, it could go to this wood. You know, help them get another car in here.
Get all these holly trees out of here?
Well,
Yes.
They this holly tree, yeah, I mean they volunteer. It probably used to be a real holly tree here once upon a time, and these just suckers. So you could get it out of here. You can get that out of here, that out of there, that out of there. If you want a holly tree at home, then you can pull that up and go plant it at home. But this area right here is bare. They should plant a couple more rhododendrons.
All these blackberries right here.
Yeah, well, these blackberries or something, that's something that you can just take the heads down. We don't even have to worry about this shit. But this right here, over time, we'll beautify this area, same concept, clean around the base of all the plants, open them up, and then refresh. All of this need to be refreshed. Just take you a pitchfork and just move it around and spread it and make it look brand new. But this is like a rhododendron garden. You would call this a... I'm gonna create a line all the way down there where you see there's no line at all. I'm gonna create a line that's like I've done here and everything. Once I create my line like this, right, all this dead grass and everything, watch. Yeah, I'm gonna redefine it.
You need your, do you need shears? job. Okay. I see some more trash. Do you? Thank you. Oh. What did you find? Oh my goodness, a can. Good job. Good job. What a helper. Guess who's going to be happy? Gammy. Gammy's going to say, good job.
Here we have another patch of grass. As you can see over here, it doesn't have an edge. So we're going to create an edge all the way around to sidewalk edge. We can put that on there, but over here, you see we don't have another edge. So we're going to round that right there, bring it around here, round it around here, bring it around here, round it around here, bring it around here, and round it around here. And we're going to take it all the way up around there. So, that's the plan. I mean, he do that on a daily anyway. I'm going to start right here.
Okay.
You might want to be behind me. put the edge on, and I'm gonna have the guys take a hoe, a garden hoe, or their hands, and just dig all of this out. I could do it with the weed eater, but it's just gonna fling grass everywhere. And since I don't want this to grow back, I want to get it by the roots as much as possible. So ideally it's a light grass, few weeds, and some moss. And that's gonna totally define my edge. Just take it all out, all the way around. And then I redo the edge and mow it and blend it all in. But I gotta leave the job right now because I need to go umpire a game. I'll come back in a couple hours. I think I've done enough to stay ahead of the guys and keep them busy for a couple hours until I get back. I'm gonna give them some specific instructions and it should be good.
Go get more. Go get more. We got all this weeding to do. These are like big scissors, huh? Yeah. We want to pick out the... It doesn't have to be perfect now. Taking it to the pile. Oh, that's heavy. Let me see what you got there. You got a big thing of grass. Good job. Here's the pile. Oh, good job. Catherine. Pick those up again. Catherine, come here. Okay. Did you drop them? See, he's wrangling that blackberry. Watch it, Catherine. See, he's got to pull that whole... Awesome. Oh, there's a doggy. Let's go see what Austin